Hello guys and welcome back for the question and answer video number 3. Sadly, there are not that many questions that I got from you. Maybe the people don't give a fuck about this channel. I don't know. So there are only 2 persons who asked it, in total 5 questions, and yeah, I will answer them in German and in English, because it was requested, but not every question I will make in English and German, only the one that was requested in German. So the first question came in from Martin Perleberg, a friend of mine, and he was questioning why I don't make videos in German anymore, and why the Dark Magician theme is my favorite deck and my favorite theme. So I will first answer this in German, and then I will answer this in English, because it was requested. Hi Martin, also das Magier-Thema ist tatsächlich bei mir mein Lieblingsthema, auch als Deck her. Ich kann es nicht mal so genau sagen, ich kann es eigentlich nur so beschreiben, wie jetzt in deiner Meinung, in deinem Fall. Beispielsweise, ich habe damals die Karten gesehen, als ich halt kleiner war, halt den schwarzen Magier, schwarze Magiermädchen und Valkyrie des Magiers und sowas. Und die haben mich von dem allgemeinen Design einfach am meisten angesprochen, halt die Rüstung, die Angriffe und die vielen verschiedenen Zauber- und Fallenkarten, die es halt so darum gab. Und das war halt im Allgemeinen ein Deck, sage ich mal, was jetzt zum Beispiel nicht wie Weißer Drache war, dass du halt draufgekloppt hast mit hohen Angriffspunkten oder so, sondern dass du immer halt so versucht hast, den Gegner zu besiegen mit den ganzen Kombinationen von Zauber- und Fallenkarten und sowas. Und die Karten haben halt miteinander alle funktioniert. Das war halt praktisch wie so ein Thema, was sich so insgesamt so unterstützt hat, so als Team und alles. Und insgesamt, weiß ich nicht, hat mein Herz halt immer höher geschlagen, wenn ich so eine neuen Karten immer gesehen habe. Und seitdem ist das halt irgendwie mein Lieblingsthema geworden. Weiß nicht, vielleicht ist auch ein Teil so ein bisschen Nostalgie-Gründe dahinter, und ja. Und warum ich meine Videos auch nicht mehr auf Deutsch mache, habe ich dir ja erzählt. Ich weiß, dass so Wörter wie Schattenspieler und Yugioh und sowas alle deutsche Sachen machen und auch viele tausend Abonnenten haben, aber du vergisst hier eine Sache, und zwar, dass die halt mehr auf den deutschen, auf die deutschen Zuschauer mehr den Fokus haben, wie zum Beispiel jetzt auf dich. Aber meine Seite her ist mehr so auf die ausländischen gebaut. Halt, es gibt halt mehr, viel zu viele ausländische Leute, die halt meinen Kanal gucken. Und die meisten Deutschsprachigen haben eigentlich überhaupt kein Problem damit, dass ich mal englische Videos mache. Und mich haben halt so viele Leute halt angefragt gehabt, ob ich da nicht irgendwie mal langsam auch mal Englisch oder Duel, dass ich mal auf eins festlegen konnte. Und dachte ich mir, okay, versuchst du das jetzt erstmal auf die englische Schiene, und ich sag mal, Videos, die ich halt besser in Deutsch erklären kann, also letztendlich auch meine Muttersprache ist, und da kann ich ja viel besser erklären, die werde ich dann, denke ich mal, auch auf Deutsch machen. Ich muss mir dann auch überlegen, Problem ist, ich könnte ja deutsche Videos beispielsweise machen und dann mit englischen Untertiteln, aber ich persönlich bin halt viel zu faul dafür und möchte das halt irgendwie auch nicht machen, weil ich halt auch nicht so viel Zeit habe, den Videos zu machen, und mich da jetzt hinzusetzen und Untertitel zu machen, würde ich halt nicht unbedingt wollen, weil man muss überlegen, das Video ist jetzt zum Beispiel jetzt 4 Minuten lang, das heißt, müsste ich jetzt 4 Minuten lang so einen Text darunter schreiben, ne? Müsste dann immer wieder das Video anhalten, immer wieder gucken, immer wieder Untertitel schreiben, Video anhalten. Wenn dann, sage ich mal, teilweise dann zum Beispiel ein Video hast, was dann halt 15 Minuten geht oder so, das ist jetzt schon relativ nervig, wenn du, sage ich mal, 5 Sätze pro Sekunde erstmal übersetzen musst, und dann nach 15 Minuten ist dann ein bisschen zu lang. Also den Aufwand möchte ich mir nicht machen, also jedenfalls momentan noch nicht. So, wenn ich später mal eine eigene Serie haben sollte oder so, dann würde ich den Aufwand auf jeden Fall definitiv machen, weil die Serie würde ich dann auf Deutsch machen und dann mit den Untertiteln, dann kein Problem, aber so. Ich hoffe, ich konnte deine Frage dann soweit beantworten. Und then for the English viewers, the Dark Magician team is my favorite deck or team in general, because I really liked the armor and the combinations you could do with all the spell and traps. They all worked really well. and was not just simply a power up or beatdown strategy back in the time. And I really liked that, and it really has some nostalgic touch in it. And yeah, and the other thing what he questioned was why I'm making my videos in English, because most of my viewers are in different countries outside from Germany, so Hungary, Mexico, American, England. So I decided to make my English more in my videos more in English. And if I have some specific things that I can only say in German or could explain in German, then I will do that in German. And I can make, especially when the most important infos, I could say in a community post or something like that. So the other 4 questions are from Dark Retician, the Richard. So it's the first questions I guess I got from him. In the last months and years, I questions always him, and now it's my turn to shine, you could say. So he has in total 4 questions for me. So greetings to England. Hi Richard. So the first question is that I talked to him that I had an appearance in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Real life movie. As everyone knows, I did take part of the big universe of the real life Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, to be exact in Schmirko's next project, the Ghost Ship episode, and I had a little role. And Richard was questioning when it's release, because he's eagerly awaiting it to watch it. Richard, the episode will coming maybe next year, so around December 2023, because there is a lot of work in the progress. I'm not myself working on the episodes. I was only a guest, you could say, from Schmirko, and he is doing every work, so pretty much alone. And he has a lot of projects going on besides his own life. And yeah, so a lot of digital work is going on, and so some other things. So I will guess so that around next year in December the episode will air, and yeah, I will inform you when it's time for it. And I guess a trailer could pop up in October next year, maybe November, just like this year, the cyberspace incident. I guess the trailer was available in September, so in the beginning of September, I guess. And the episode will maybe enter December this year or January next year. I don't know. So the second question is, how long do I play Yu-Gi-Oh? I play Yu-Gi-Oh since 20 years. I started playing the real life Yu-Gi-Oh, with real cards in March 2002 in Germany, or in April 2002, I'm not pretty sure. But I guess the release date for Europe or for Germany was in end of March or beginning of April 2002. There was the Structure Deck Yugi, the Structure Deck Kaiba, and the Legend of not Structure Deck, the Starter Deck Kaiba and Yugi, and Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon Booster Series. I was playing before that Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I know a few cards from the manga. I was reading the manga before the cards are out, or the anime was even out, and I was playing with self-made cards that I make myself from the back from the college blocks. They had the thicker paper ones, and yeah, I could them in in shapes of cards, and then I write the cards down that I know from the manga that was played there, and yeah, and then I played this way Yu-Gi-Oh until the final cards or the real cards got released back in 2002, and then I'm starting playing with the real cards. It's a funny mention that I don't even buy a single starter deck back in the time. It was never Kaiba, Yugi, Joey or Pegasus. All the cards I had was the cards I had from the booster packs, and that I traded a lot of cards, 1 for 2 and so on, until I had my 40 card deck, and then I could play Yu-Gi-Oh with that. I guess the first deck I really bought back in the time was maybe this don't know what was it called. I guess the Spellcaster's Judgment, where the Dark Lord Eradicator Magician that was inside, the one that let you tribute one Dark Magician and burns the opponent every time a normal spell card is played. I guess this one was my first structure. Or the Dark Emperor structure deck, I guess. But I guess the Dark Magician structure deck was before this Monarch structure deck, the Dark Emperor with with Kaios the Shadow Monarch. I guess it was the Judgment that I got first. It was the first time I bought any starter or structure decks. Other than that, I simply trade my cards or got it from booster packs. And I never did a break from the game, so I'm playing 20 years straight on, even in tournaments and locals and so on. So the third question is my thoughts about Elemental Hero. Elemental Hero in general are really nice. I really liked them when I first saw them in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the original Elemental Heroes, Burstinatrix, Avian, Clayman, and so on. And back in the time, my favorite hero was Bubbleman. I don't know why, but as kid I was a fan from the Batman stories, Batman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Spider-Man. And I really liked Batman. I even had a very big flashy statue from him, just like a teddy bear, you could say. And the Batmobile I had, and so many things. And Bubbleman was just like a Batman in water type. And I don't know, so I really liked Bubbleman back in the day, and I really like it when Jaden was playing Bubbleman in duels, just like he was always saying, "Oh no, I summon my elemental hero, Bubbleman," and I really love it every time when he says that, because he says that with so much power every time he summons an elemental hero. So I really liked that. But then the Destiny heroes shown up, and then I really liked the Destiny heroes a little bit more back in the time. But then I got back to Elemental Heroes because there were so many Elemental Heroes released at the time. So it was like Stratos, Absolute Zero, Tempest, and so on. That I even created my own Elemental Heroes deck. And funny enough, before the Elemental Hero Tempest and Absolute Zero get real cards came out, I had an Elemental Hero deck with my own cards, where I had something like for the Wind one I had somebody for a name Elemental Hero Storm, who could bounce back a spell or trap card your opponent controls, and something like that. So it was really funny that a few thoughts I had on my mind for making my own Elemental Hero cards are printed as actually Elemental Hero cards from design I wished there were from the artwork. So as I had in my thoughts, yeah, this was really satisfying. And the most part I like about elemental heroes is there are so many generic elemental heroes in the game. Those like mentioned as fusion monsters. Those like I've forgotten Elemental Hero Nova, Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, Elemental Hero Tempest, Elemental Hero Gaia, I guess was his name, Escuri Dao, The Shining, and so many on that. And then the main deck ones: Blazeman, Shadow Mist, Liquid Soldier, Solid Soldier, Stratos, and so on. That I really love the university you had and the diversity with the generic heroes. I called them generic heroes. Even when I played them, I played a generic heroes deck because you could do so many things to fusion into. And then when finally Sunriser was released, I really had fun with this because Sunriser could finally be fusion summoned with any elemental hero cards. You don't need certain elements. You could do fire and wind or water and light and so on. And yeah, there was the best part about the heroes, that you can combine so many different heroes with one another, and you don't had to fusion summon so specific ones, just like Avian and Bastonetics as Flame Wingman. No, you could combine them as you wanted to fusion summon your fusion monster, and that was a part I really liked because it made the deck so much fun and better to play. Sadly, at the moment I don't have any elemental hero decks anymore. I play Destiny Heroes in my Sword Soul deck, but other than that, at the moment I don't have any elemental hero cards anymore. And the last question is my thoughts about Rainbow Neos. Rainbow Neos as a card is strong. Lots of decks like Invoked played them as an engine because you can shuffle back opponent's cards very easily, and it's a really pain in the ass to play against when your resources got shuffled back just like nothing. But in general, elemental heroes as a character and as a card, I don't find it very good because a few reasons. I saw him played in the season, I guess season 4 in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, was it? The one that never was released here in Europe, is only available in Japanese. And the reason is I don't really like the design from Rainbow Neos. I don't know how to explain, so it's more like a silver pharaonic person armor, something like that. So so the card design is not so mine, and the and is what's called his appearance is way too big. So all other elemental hero decks are just like this tall, and then the person, the duelist, just like Jaden, is just like this, and then Rainbow Neos is just like a giant, so something like a god or just like that. So Rainbow Neos is just a giant hero, and that is a part where I think the hero part is ending, because a hero is for me a small person fighting the big evil creatures, and this card or this appearance from this monsters is way too big. For my appearance is way too big. Yeah, so Rainbow Neos is a cool card in general, but for me I don't really like the Neos cards very much, except for Shine, I guess it was the name, Shining Flare Neos. This one is really cool, and I would love him to be a part of my generic hero deck. So that's it for all questions. So thank you very much for Martin and Richard for their questions. And yeah, that's a celebration for my 4th anniversary from my Gungnir channel. Thank you very much for participating, and we will see us in the next video, and I will say goodbye.